Hey guys, it's Kaylee. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're in some more Stray Kids, and we're doing our first album listen today. I am so excited. We're gonna start with the ODDINARY album, which I did buy an actual physical copy, but I am just so excited. Like, diving into Stray Kids B-sides specifically just makes me so interested to see like what they do like for a full album and everything. Because that being said, I have heard 4 of the songs on this album out of 7, so I have done like all separate videos for those. So if you haven't checked them out, definitely feel free to. I did mostly like the music videos, if they have a dance practice and making film. But that being said, since I have heard like a few of the songs and stuff on the album, I wanted to include a few of the other like videos surrounding the album and stuff too. Not worrying about like this being long or not, because like I already know I'm gonna pause like so much during the actual lyric videos and stuff. But all you guys have recommended these to begin with, so I figured I'd include them in here. We're gonna do the ODDINARY main trailer and then the intro, because I do want to do the intros and stuff, because a lot of you guys have talked about how they like talk about the actual album and stuff. And then I do want to do eventually the recording behinds and stuff that they've released. I don't know how many they have for like each album, if it's just like more recent ones and stuff or not. So I will definitely be checking them out like alongside the albums and stuff. And then also for probably Patreon, just copyright wise, I'm not sure if it's going to be able to go on YouTube or not, but when I do album listens, I want to try to do like live stages for each of the songs on the album, like together. So I will probably have that for end of the week this week or early next week for Patreon and stuff too. And all of you guys have suggested ones for like the posts and stuff that I posted about it. So if you have any like ones that you want to recommend and everything too, just put them in the comments and stuff with a link and everything. Okay, so I did bring up the actual track list and everything because I want to see how like the actual songs are ordered on the album. But today we'll be checking out Charmer, Waiting for Us, and Muddy Water. And I know Waiting for Us and Muddy Water are both unit songs, which I'm excited for. I always love when groups like include subgroup songs and like solos and stuff on the albums. So I'm happy to see that like when I go through like all their stuff and everything. And you guys did let me know, I think it's a fan meeting where they like actually switched like units and stuff, like each one saying the other song. So I will be checking that out eventually too, probably when I do like the live stages and stuff. But yeah, I'm excited. Also, I don't know if you'll be able to see it and stuff, but I did just redo my phone case the other day. And yeah, listen, taking over everything apparently. But I'm excited for these. And like I said, we're going to start with the main trailer and then the intro. Also, just going to put a huge disclaimer right here, especially during album listens. I'm going to pause, talk, rewind, all that stuff. I like talking about the actual production side of things, the lyric side of things, hearing everybody's individual voices. So if that is not your vibe, not your thing, I totally get it. Just letting you know now. Also, when it comes to lyric videos, I know they're never like 100% accurate and just like sometimes mixing up members, actual like translation wise. So I tried to pick the best ones. So I hope they're fine. If there are any corrections and stuff, please let me know nicely in the comments. But yeah, I'm excited, and I'm like especially interested to see and hear everybody's just like different ways that they utilize their voices and stuff through the different albums. Knowing the ones like on here that I have read so far, they're so just like very electronic and very experimental, and I absolutely love that from them so far. So I cannot wait to get into these. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy watching and listening and everything with me, and definitely we'll be doing more, so stay tuned. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do next. Probably the 8 album, because I have heard like a few songs on there and stuff already, but I just cannot wait to discover all their music, because there is so much. I was scrolling through all like the actual discography and stuff. There are so many albums, so many songs. So we're going to get through everything slowly. And I know they're going to continue coming out with stuff and not letting me breathe. I think I'm going to watch Giant right after this. But it'll probably be up before it because it'll be probably shorter. So I'm going to be doing that. And then I think when you guys said that they're already having another comeback, like an actual like regular comeback in December, like next month. And I'm just like, listen, I'm not ready. But I'm excited. So I hope you guys enjoy watching this and everything, like I said. And yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, we're gonna start with the main trailer. All of you guys said this is like very movie quality and like you want like a series of this. So I'm interested. It's 3.5 minutes. But yeah. Okay, already sound design. I love sound design. Like, I'm a sucker for good sound design, especially like atmosphere building. So the reds and blues. I do like that too. I did not say that at all, like in like the intro or anything like that. But all their albums and stuff, I just love how much they like play with the words and like titles and stuff of the albums, like the double meanings of everything is just so good. Wow. I forgot about the red hair. Wow. Okay. I have not said anything for the past 2 minutes. I like first, yeah, quality. Wow. The different shots and stuff in here, just how everything's like angled and stuff is just so good. The color, how they're playing with the color so much, how it really just at the beginning had more of those blues and now it's really leading into that red lighting and then it switches back into the blues afterwards. And then even with like the newspaper and stuff, like just the detailing and everything of like the different shots, how it was IN like in the actual newspaper and then it switched to Felix and then that's when Felix switched back into the blue and everything too. Just everything, like, dude, the profile shots, they're gorgeous. I swear to God. Like, flawless, man. The eye makeup. Just like even that, like you get like the ticking and stuff like from the clocks and then that transition to like the photo, like shutter. That's so good, just like from scene to scene, just transition like actual visually along with like the actual sound design. And that underlying that's so good. And then like that more like metronome, like heartbeat kind of tempo and stuff that it's going to now. Dude, the zooms. Dude. Okay, first I need there's just so much. I feel like that's one thing with Stray Kids. I'm gonna struggle to find words to say and like comprehend everything. And it's gonna take me like 5 minutes to get out one thought. But like, just I love how this has more of that shaky like handheld cam feel, and then the zoom outs, man. It's so good. They're matching just that sound and everything to the actual like visual aspect of that so much. That macro shot stuff on his eye, like I gotta say, I love this purple hair on Lino. Be like, oh, thanks. I can't get over this red hair. Like, but like, tell me this is literally not an action movie. Okay, so I originally wasn't planning on having this in here, but I saw it pop up afterwards, and it's the actual like making film for that. So we're gonna include it. But dude, the quality on that, just not just like the visuals, but like the actual sound design and just the thought process of the different angles and like transitions from scene to scene were so good. Like I just, especially the time aspect and everything, I love how they kind of captured that in each moment, like from just the beginning, like entering like the becoming odd and not ordinary and everything. And it's kind of like checking into that, and how he walks into like the actual room with all the clocks and stuff with Han, and you get like that ticking and stuff in the background, and just the progression of that like more antsy like heartbeat and everything. I love how they kind of transition like all of the sound and stuff into that. That gives it more of that anxious like racing type of feeling and stuff. And then just like the perfect transition from the actual like ticking and stuff and actual like time aspect to like capturing the moment with the camera and just the shutter sound and stuff. And you get like the Polaroids like going through, and then also like the birthday cake and stuff. Just I love how it has like all the time and stuff like thrown in there and just kind of explores that and everything. And dude, the last half of this, especially with Hyunjin and like more of that action kind of scene and stuff too, with the glass and just the CG and stuff. Wow. Like everything looked so good. The colors were so prominent and very forefront, and more of that very heavy saturation, but very dark at the same time. And especially the reds and blues, they play with so much, and I love that. It really matched like the different kind of scene layouts and everything too, the zooming and just actual camera work and stuff through this like too. I love how they incorporated more of those very steady kind of shots in with more of the handheld kind of feel too. But yeah, we're into the actual making film. I don't know, please definitely let me know. I don't know if all of the albums have like every single like one of these, like the trailer and like making and all that stuff too. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm gonna bias all of them, I swear to God. But Lino is up there. He just grew on me so fast. Like, I don't know. And Felix, I feel like Felix is like my bestie. Like, I don't know. Just all the acting and stuff too is great, man.
제가 친 캔이 용복이 얼굴 앞에 벽에 딱 박혀요. 용복이가 흠칫 놀라고 제가 그걸 보면서 좋아합니다.
Like even like the wardrobe and stuff too, I love the purples, and then like they mix in those yellows and stuff, just those very good like secondary colors and everything. Oh my god, the red hair, the saturation levels on the reds. Like Hyunjin's another one up there with Lino, I swear to God.
ODDINARY.
Which those are the two I pulled for photo cards in this album too.
보여드리려고 합니다. 오늘도 재밌게 지켜봐 줬으면 좋겠습니다. 스테이 재밌게 봐줘요.
플래시 터지는 고 애기 때 사진이 프린트돼 있는 케이크를 줄 겁니다. 잘 맞냐?
닮았어.
안녕 승민아. 장난꾸러.
Cute.
장난치고 싶구나. 예. 이거 봐봐. 무서워.
귀여워.
하나 둘 셋 드릴 거예요. 그러면 그때 아예 지금 뭐야 하면서 일어나면 살짝 짜증내는 본의 아니게 잠을 깨우게 된 거고.
Yeah. Crack right up.
이때는 하늘 모습을 많이 못 봤을 텐데 화내는 모습을 볼 수 있을 것 같아요. 창빈이 형. 공민아 맨날 괴롭히거든. 귀찮기.
아 소리 크게.
귀찮아.
액션.
아이스 살짝 너 보면 약간 이런 느낌. 갈게요. 스탠바이 카메라. 하나, 둘, 셋, 액션.
The glasses, though. I don't understand how he can sit like that. I would fall over. Every time I see him sit like that. How? Balance.
해돌아가는데 이게. 야, 이 모자를 뭐라고 할까?
Like a
이
beret?
모자를 무슨 모자라고 하냐?
이 모자?
Mm.
버렛?
브렛?
버렛?
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 버렛이래요. 바렛이래요.
되게 진짜 크다.
엄청 커 이거.
버렛 중에
이만. 지금 거의 땅에 쫓겨나서 그렇지. 진짜 이만하거든.
피자네 피자.
진짜 가슴 아파. 지방 꿀대. 갑자기 슬쩍 와가지고 제 엉덩이 맞지?
만져주면 진짜 얘기하지.
나만 할 수 있는 거 아닌데.
I can't.
저는 모든 운동의 기본은 엉덩이랑
Hey, Changbin, this outfit though.
벤치프레스를 하든 언제 뭘 하든 간에 엉덩이에 항상 텐션이 샥 들어가 있어야 돼요. 그래야지 코어가 잡히면서 다치지 않습니다. 그래서 어제 벤치프레스 했더니 아침에 일어났는데 엉덩이가 그냥 빡 이게
Thanks for the info, man.
엉덩이가 완전 귀엽게 생겼다.
Asking the real questions. I love how all of them are in like a different, like very prominent color and stuff too.
랩스토리 캐릭터 같지 않아? 봐봐.
릴크 스토리.
랩스토리 잘 꾸민 캐릭터 같아. 빨간색 머리를 잘 어울리나.
Mm-hmm.
트레일러 그거한테 기대가 되는데 뭔가 그동안은 뭔가 코믹 요소가 많이 들어갔다면 진짜 정말 진지한 느낌이라 또 다른 재미가 있지 않을까 싶어요. 안녕.
액션. 둘, 셋. 둘, 셋.
네, 지금까지 하나, 넷,
See, I love how all of them have like their own prominent colors, but they like infuse colors with like each member and stuff too, just like throughout it. Because you get like Hyunjin's red hair, but you get Felix's red suit, and then Ian and Sungmin both have like variations of like, the pink purple, and then you get like the blues and purples like mixed with Lino and Han, and then like Chan's hair is like the blue that mixes with Changbin's outfit. It just goes like flows throughout everything, but is so, like so individualized.
하나, 둘, 셋. 하나, 둘.
Yeah, the quick cuts and everything too are so good.
원.
액션.
Like, put him in like an anime right now. Like, oh my god.
2번 분위기 자체가 살짝의 스릴러 요소가 있다 보니까 무섭게 촬영을 해본 게 처음이라 재밌었던 것 같고 그동안의 스키즈와 조금 다를 수도 있겠지만 뭔가 이런 것도 할 수 있다라는 느낌과 스키즈만의 방식으로 좀 풀어낸 그런 앨범이 될 것 같고 타이틀곡 매니악 자체도 굉장히 좋은 노래이기 때문에 그것 또한 기대해 주셨으면 좋겠습니다.
Cute. Like, especially this shot, the actual, just like, the framing of everything.
드디어
I feel like it's also killing it. Like, the acting and stuff.
재밌었어.
But
나 되게 배운 게 너무 많고
just the framing of everything, like, the actual blur and just, like, Boca and stuff in the back and everything too. Just, they did such a good job.
어제랑 오늘 같이 촬영하면서 이렇게 멤버마다 저희 컨셉을 잡으면서 자기만의 캐릭터를 이제 잘 표현해가지고 와 진짜 무섭다 아니면 와 진짜 왜 이렇게 웃기지 아니면 좀 아 진짜 대단하다 너무 재밌게 나오지 않을까 싶은데 우리 사이도 많이 기대해주시면 좋겠어요.
Felix is so precious, man. I swear. Okay, we're gonna get to the intro. I don't know 100% like what this is going to be. I'm guessing it's gonna be like an actual introduction to the album and like their thoughts on the songs and stuff. Like I said, I don't know how many of them have like recording behinds and all that stuff, or if this includes any of that or anything. But I definitely check those out. I always love like the actual recording process of everything. So definitely let me know, because I'd love to check those out too. But we're into this.
어디어도 없었어요. 그냥 우리가 처음 하는
팀으로서는 정말 최고가 되고 싶고
계속 어른이 되어가는 중인 것 같아요.
저희 앨범 기대 많이 해주세요.
Ordinary intro has now begun.
드디어 스키즈의 오디너리가 시작되었습니다.
오랜만입니다. 네.
아 오랜만에 하는 거 같네 인트로 뭔가. 네.
항상 그랬듯이 발매 전 그 기다리는 시간이 너무 힘들어요. 너무 힘들고 너무 설레고 너무 기대가 되기 때문에 얼른 그냥 스테이가 빨리
Dude,
저희의
the
앨범
amount of
만날 수
stuff
있었으면
and just like time that they put
감동을 좀 많이
into just
받았던
like
것 같아요.
everything, especially an
마음이 좀
album.
편해졌다고 해야 되나?
Like, I don't know how they do
잠도
anything
잘
else.
자고 잘 먹고 잘 지냈던 것 같아요. 다른 날들보다.
너무 보고 싶었던 사람들이랑 같은 공간에서 뭔가 이제 무대로 소통을 하다 보니까 감동도 받았었던 것 같고 이 일을 하는 이유에 대해서 뭔가 다시 한번 생각하게 된 계기가 됐었던 것 같습니다.
지켜봐주는 스테이들이 많이 있더라고요. 그래서 많이 걱정도 해주고 또 정말 힐링하는 말도 많이 해주고 하니까 힘이 되더라고요. 그래서 힘이 된 만큼 더 멋지게 더 힘있게 컴백 해보려고요.
오디너리라는 뜻 어디라는 게 뭔가 이상한 뭔가 좀 비정상적인 약간 그런 뜻을 가지고 있잖아요. 그래서 뭔가 이 평범한 ordinary 정상적인 이 ordinary를 비정상적인 게 정상적이다라는 뭔가 약간 그런 표현을 한번 이렇게 담아봐서 ordinary라는 단어를 떠오르게 되었던 것 같아요.
많이 떨리는 것 같아요. 저번 앨범이 제 입으로 말하기 좀 그렇지만 막 밀리언셀러가 되고 저희가 못 해봤던 차트인도 해보고 그러다 보니까 이번 앨범도 저번 앨범처럼 뭔가 스테이가 많이 좋아했으면 좋겠다라는 그런 생각도 가지고 있고 어느 정도의 그런 부담감이 조금 많이 큰 것 같아요 이번 앨범이.
ordinary
That is like one thing. I don't want to like talk over them, but like that is one thing, especially I feel like for Stray Kids and how they are more of that experimental style and they do everything themselves. I feel like that is just such a like exciting but stressful kind of like just process and everything, especially when you put out an album, just wondering if people are going to like it. And it's like obviously I feel like they're in that zone where it's like we're gonna do our own thing and we're gonna put out what we want to, but it's still like that underlying feeling of just like, are people going to like it? And especially when it is like more of that experimental kind of style and very different, and they're trying out different things and stuff. I feel like that's just always a thought and everything too.
뭔가 곡 하나하나 다 뭔가 이 메인 테마에 뭔가 좀
But even with this album, how it is like ordinary, like ordinary and stuff, like that wordplay and everything, the songs on this album that I have heard so far are very different and very just like
매니악스럽게 어느 정도
it captures that more, yeah, like more of that very
좀 더 나아간
different electronic kind of style that
끄집어내지 않았나.
is so like signature to them, but each one has like their own unique kind of style and sound.
제가 약간 되게 좋아하는 노래예요. 제가 평소에 듣기 좋은 노래를 좋아하거든요. 근데 그게 약간 듣기 좋은 노래이면서 또 힙해요. 부글부글 끓게 하는 그런 느낌이 있달까? 그래서 약간 좋아하는 것 같고.
저희가 안 해본 신박한
I love the instrumental of the song.
촬영 장치들과 소품과 컨셉 느낌 그런 걸로 해가지고 내가 지금 무슨 촬영을 하고 있는 거지 싶을 정도로 좀 되게 다양했어요. 재밌었습니다.
매니악이라는 곡을 딱 처음 들었을 때 전율이 신민유 때와 그렇게 크게 다르지 않다고 생각을 했어요. 들으면서 이렇게 박수를 치고 이건 될 것 같다.
MANIAC is probably one of my favorites from them that I've heard so far.
아 됐다.
It's so catchy, dude. That chorus.
됐다.
저는 이 노래를 창빈이 형하고 국밥 먹다가 딱 들었거든요. 저는 듣고 좀 놀랐어요. 제가 기존에 생각했던 스트레이키즈의 음악과는 좀 다른 느낌이어서 되게 많이 놀랐었어요.
이번 컴백에 맞는 타이틀을 쓰려고 노력했을 때 좀 많은 고민을 했던 것 같아요. 이것도 뭔가 아닌 것 같고 저것도 아닌 것 같고 뭔가 이것저것 다 시도는 해봤지만 데모도 또 여러 개 만들었는데 뭐가 맞나 약간 이런 고민이 사실 있었었거든요.
굉장히 어려웠어요. 그냥 가사를 쓰는데도 그렇고 이런 저도 제가 좀 뭔가 낯설긴 한데 그 전보다 더 좋은 성적을 내야 된다라는 생각이 어쩔 수 없이 들게 되더라고요. 처음에 트랙을 딱 들었을 때 백지 상태가 됐어요. 어떻게 해야 되지? 그 전에는 뭔가 곡 작업을 할 때나 아예 그런 생각을 안 했거든요. 어떻게 해야 되지? 어떻게 할까라는 고민도 안 하고 그냥 트랙을 들으면 바로 어떤 가사랑 어떤 탑라인을 써야겠다라는 머릿속에 많은 마인드맵이 그려졌었는데 좀 많이 막 기곡 답답했던 상황이 많이 생겼었던 것 같아요. 이번 곡 작업은.
스리라차가 굉장히 좀 헷갈려했던 걸 옆에서 지켜봤거든요. 좀 기대 반 걱정 반 하고 있었는데 매니악 듣자마자 그냥 됐다. 깜짝 놀랐어요.
저희가 이번에 4일 동안 찍었는데 4일 동안 찍은 건 또 아마 처음일 거예요. 길어야 3일 찍고 그랬었는데 그만큼 퀄리티가 더 좋을 거고 맞다. 세트장이 엄청납니다. 기대해 주세요.
그 모든 세트가 다 뒤집혀져 있다라고 표현해야 되나? 미쳤구나 라는 생각도 들고
Like, yeah.
정말 너무 컨셉이랑
The visuals in that are insane.
제가
Like that's one of the first like videos that I checked out from them, and I was like, okay, I see what the hype is about.
너무 힘을 과하게 주는 바람에 안무 영상을 찍는데 조금 이제 차질이 생길 수도 있을 것 같아서 제가 쉬게 됐어요. 그래가지고 이제 뮤비를 볼 때 안무 씬에서 이제 제가 많이 안 나올 텐데 우리 스테이가 분명 궁금해하실 것 같아서 먼저 미리 말씀을 드립니다. 그래도 이제 이미지는 최대한 많이 촬영을 했고 조금씩 나올 거니까 뮤비 많이 봐주세요.
언제나 그랬듯이 저희
I did like that he had like his own like solo moments and stuff too during like the actual music video and like
되게 많이
different
들어가요.
scenes and stuff
엄청나게
too.
좀 신박한 그런 인트로로 시작을 해서 구성들도 되게 다양하고 뭔가 그림이 되게 볼 게 많아가지고
그동안 했던 뭔가 팡 터지는 그런 느낌의 훅이 아니라 과묵하고 좀 힘을 좀 줬다 뺐다 하는 그런 부분이 많기 때문에 안무 시안을 처음 받았을 때 와 괜찮다라고 생각을 했던 것 같아요.
I need to watch these too. I love watching like dance practice behinds and like the making stuff too.
멈춰서
I did dance for like a while, like all throughout middle and high school and stuff too. I love dance and just like seeing how a choreo is like put together and people learn it individually is so nice.
팔을 좀 더 이렇게 굽어서 해주시고. 왜냐면 내가 봤을 때 둘이 겹쳐가지고 내 손을 못 잡는 거. 매니아 비정착 투성이 짙은 매니아 매니아 슈. 너무 좋아.
Clean.
계속 끝까지 유지인가요? 당연히 헛 유지입니다. 예. 야 이거 손 이거 아니야?
완전 다 안 뻗어.
그렇지 이거지.
참어라는 곡도 사실 타이틀로 한번 만들어 보자라는 마음으로
I have been waiting to listen to this song
해본
forever.
그래서 그런지
I hear it in the background of everything I
재밌게
watch.
많이 들었던 것 같아요. 맞아요, 그렇긴 해요. 나름 부끄러움이 좀 많은 성격이긴 한 것 같은데 부끄러움 없는 그런 자신 있는 그런 모습들은 음악으로 항상 푸는 것 같아서 이번 참어에서 좀 자신 있는 모습들을 보여주지 않았나라는 생각이 드는 것 같아요.
He's so cute,
땡이라는
man.
노래도 되게 아이디어가 되게 많이
Yeah,
들어간
like every single song on here, it like has like a flow through like similarity and everything too, but they're so different from each other.
이 되게 포인트라고 생각하는데 킹 받는다 그러나요? 그런 얘기 써도 되나? 그 노래 들으면 되게 킹 받아요.
땡 뮤비 찍을 때는요 굉장히 무서운 형님들과 같이 촬영을 했는데 제가 마치 영화 촬영을 하고 있는 줄 알았습니다. 막 진짜 하늘에서 눈도 내렸고요. 액션 영화 찍은 줄 알았습니다.
저는
No,
론니
listen, we don't talk about this song.
따기를 듣고
I feel like I was having an emotional breakdown.
이게 락이지.
I love
이랬던 것 같아요.
the dude, one of my favorite songs.
쓰러질 것 같은데 저는 못 갈 것 같은데 라는 가사가 있는데 저라는 사람의 요즘 감정을 제일 잘 표현해 준 것 같은 느낌이라서 제일 마음에 들었던 가사인 것 같습니다.
용보가!
Dude, especially Felix's voice on this, like with that simple like strumming of the guitar, was perfect.
아깝다. 잘했어. 근데 톤이 미쳤어.
괜찮아?
좋은데?
Like it has such like, especially compared to IN too, like Felix has such a warmth to his voice that just like, it's so deep, but it's so smooth and everything at the same time. So it fits like more of that acoustic guitar. And then IN has like such a like more forward, very like he does like he can go to like the different registers and stuff, but I feel like just naturally when he goes into more of that forward voice, it is higher and it just has like a very distinct tone that's very IN and I absolutely love it. Especially like on an instrumental and stuff like this with the build up. Because it's still like slightly light too. Like him, Sungmin, and Chan, I feel like all have very just like good voices to pair together.
좀 덜 세긴 한 것 같긴 해.
그래 이걸로 갈까? 괜찮은 것 같아.
And then Han, dude, Han has like one of the most like unique voices that I absolutely adore. He has such just like it's like a very distinctly Han kind of like twanginess and stuff to his voice that I absolutely love, just especially on an instrumental like this where it's more of that like rock kind of vibe, but still has like that underlying like emotional acoustic kind of sound too. I feel like his voice just pairs perfectly with that. It's very clear.
같은 음으로 시작해. 내게서 많은 거 뺏어갔지만 내게서 여기 내가 걷는 마지막 way 이제와 날 위로하지만 I'm still on my way 길을 걸어가다 flowing down 맑게 들어볼게 이제와 날 위로하지만 I'm still on my way
Hyunjin too, he has a very distinct, like all of them, they have a very distinct like tone individually. And they're using that like underlying auto-tune kind of feel to like blend everybody's voices really well with the instrumental, especially like the electric kind of side of
그리웠던
things.
상대를 이제 그 보고 싶은데
I'm excited for this one. I heard a snippet of this when I was
얼마나
watching
힘들었을지 공감을 하고
the
그래도 이제 곧 보게 될 거다라는 느낌으로
it was the I think Chan and the ramen war, I think. But dude, I heard like a small snippet of the chorus and I was like, this is my song.
개란 가사가 있는데 아 이번 가사는 뭘 내가 좀 이쁘게
And I know
써봐야지
like
이런
each
거보다 그냥
subgroup,
내
like all of
진심을
them worked
담자.
on it too.
그냥 내가 지금 생각하고 그동안 느낀 것들을 담아서 스테이한테 들려주자라는 생각이었는데 어떤 순간이 더 좋아도 스테이를 놓지 않겠다라는 그런 단단한 마음을 가지고 활동을 했던 시간들을 좀 함축적으로 정리해 놓은 문장이 아닐까 싶어요.
스리라차도 그렇고 그 랩 유닛이서 같이서 뭔가를 했을 때 뭔가 올드스쿨 붐백 장르의 힙합을 많이 건드리지 않았었단 말이에요. 저도 그런 걸 해보고 싶었는데 마침 현진이도 그렇고 용복이도 그렇고 올드스쿨 붐백을 되게 해보고 싶다고 하더라고요. 그래서
The older school hip hop with that piano underneath, I absolutely love that.
새로운 빗물이다. 흙탕물은 가라. 약간 되게 잘 작업이 됐던 것 같아요. 그리고 딱 들었을 때도 너무 용복이 목소리랑 현진이 평소에 그런 랩을 잘 안 하는데 되게 유하게 되게 그루브 있게 랩을 했더라고요. 그래서 의도한 대로 너무 잘 나온 것 같습니다. 네.
이렇게 가사를 쓰고 창빈 형한테 이렇게 보여주고 형 이거 어때? 그래서 창빈 형이 막 아 야 진짜 많이 늘었다. 네 목소리랑 이 곡이랑 너무 잘 맞다 라고 얘기를 많이 들어서 정말 힘이 되더라고요. 뭔가 멤버들한테 칭찬을 받으면 더 하고 싶게 약간 하고 싶은 마음이 생기고 더 열심히 하는 마음이 확실히 더 깊어져요. 자신감도 많이.
I feel like it also helps too because like
창빈 형뿐만 아니라
you can tell like that they're genuine when they do say that. And like they will tell you if like you need to fix something, everything
Rain
too.
falling on my face and washing off that sweat off, making me cleaner than the dirt on my hot top. I suffer from the words you follow.
네 거기까지.
이게 우리 음악이고 우리는 우리 음악을 할 거고 정말 뭔가 선전포고하는 듯한 느낌인 것 같아요.
아직까지는 뭔가 스트레이키즈의 음악이 조금은 매니아틱하다? 막 대중화돼 있지 않다라고 생각을 해요. 아직까지는 저희도 그렇게 생각을 하는데.
But that's the thing. I feel like
뭔가 이번
even
기회를 통해서
if it isn't widespread, I feel like all of the songs on here are so widespread. Like everyone has like their own individual style and like sound, and I feel like someone can kind of take away something they like from like the album, whether it be like each song like individually or like different aspects of each song.
좀 일단 스키지
because they are so different.
보여드리고 싶고 시대마다 장르가
that I feel like even more people would be drawn to an album like that.
하나의 기준이 되는 그런 음악으로 다가가고 싶어요. 이번 앨범을 통해서. 네, 자신은 있어요. 확실히. 네.
Yes? 네. 뭐 리노
I missed it.
싶어요. 이번 앨범을 통해서. 네, 자신은 있어요. 확실히. 네.
Yes?
You would like to say?
네. 뭐 리노 뭐 지금 떠오르는 한마디는 그냥 고맙다. 고마워. 내 되게 너무 단순한 단어일 수도 있지만 리노가 얘가 어떻게 보면 되게 여리기도 하고 되게 귀엽기도 하고 그 안에서도 되게 그 든든함이 있어서 그래서 되게 힘을 많이 받는 것 같아요.
방찬 고생이 많다. 화이팅하자.
That's so sweet, man.
용복이가 어쨌든 이번 활동에 참여는 하지만 춤을 100% 온전히 보여줄 수 없기 때문에 뭔가 그런 부분에 있어서 용복이 성격에 굉장히 속상해할 거라고 알고 있는데 굳이 그렇게 속상하지 않아도 된다는 얘기를 하고 싶습니다. 내가 다쳤어도 용복이는 나한테 속상하지 말라고 했을 것 같기 때문에 저도 그냥 용복이한테 그렇게 얘기해주고 싶습니다. 오글거리는데요.
뭐 안 보고 싶었던 적이 없어요.
Listen, some of the cringy stuff can mean the most. So
so 기대감을 더 증폭시키기 위해서 하고 있는 거고 항상 이런 거 인트로 같은 걸 찍으면은 너무 설레요. 일단 누군가한테 뭔가 내가 준비한 뭔가를 보여준다는 것 자체가 그 누군가가 우리 스테이라는 거를 스테이가 항상 기억해 주셨으면 하는 그런 바람이 있는 거죠. 네.
Yes. 물론이죠. 이렇게 앨범 활동을 하면서 스테이지를 앞에서 보여주면은 정말 더 에너지도 많이 받을 것 같고 재밌을 것 같은데 빨리 음악 방송이나 어딘가에서 저희 매니악 무대를 보여드릴 기회가 있으면 좋겠네요.
꽤 많죠.
정말 더 에너지도 많이 받을
Listen,
것
I
같고
can read
재밌을 것
fast, not that
같은데
fast.
빨리 음악 방송이나 어딘가에서 저희 매니악 무대를 보여드릴 기회가 있으면 좋겠네요.
꽤 많죠. 이제 컴백 쇼를 했는데 정말 너무 고맙다. 뭐 메시지든 뭐 영상이든 뭐 그렇게 잘 힐링을 해주니까 울컥할 수밖에 없는 상황이었던 것 같아요. 2배 더 그 행복을 돌려주고 싶어요.
이걸 스테이가 적어준 거예요? 뭐야? 다들 문과 스테이네.
Dude, I love this idea. Like
되게
the whole like
감성적인
kind of into kind of style, just like different kind
봄이 오면
of
꽃이
themes and stuff
피고 여름이
too.
오면 녹엽이 있고 가을이 오면 단풍이 있고 겨울이 오면 눈이 내리는 그런 당연한 계절 같은 것처럼 스키즈를 사랑하는 건 저에게 당연한 거였어요. 서바이벌을 통해 알게 되었고 그때부터 좋아했으니 벌써 횟수로 4년이 되었네요. 그때부터 지금까지 성장해가는 모습 보면서 너무 뿌듯해요. 항상 건강하게 활동해주고 오래오래 나를 사랑해주세요. 이게 한 사람을 되게 오래 사랑하고 좋아하는 건 되게 쉽지 않은 거거든요. 네, 이렇게 4년 동안 저희를 너무 감사하네요.
정말 힘들 때도 많고 포기하고 싶을 때도 많았을 텐데 항상 열심히 해주고 좋은 모습 보여줬잖아. 또 제일 먼저 스테이를 정말 사랑하고 소중히 여겨줘서 저절로 너네를 믿고 평생 사랑할 수 있겠구나 생각이 들어. 그냥 스키즈는 나를 살게 해. 난 스키즈를 영원히 사랑하고 응원할 거야. 그러니까 우리 다 같이 더 높이 나아가자. 스테이가 이렇게 생각을 해주는 것처럼 저희도 스테이 믿고 평생 활동해 나갈 수 있겠구나라는 생각이 들고 무엇보다 저희도 스테이 없으면 못 삽니다. 저희를 살게 하죠, 스테이가.
뭐 예전에도 그랬고 이제 이런 인연의 공백이 있으면서 더더욱 그랬고 이런 메시지를 보면서 말로 표현할 수 없는 그냥 감동과 고마움과 그리고 많이 복받은 사람이구나라는 사람을 참 느끼게 해주는 말들인 것 같아요. 여러분들이 항상 메시지를 보내주시면 지금 가지고 있는 이 부담감이나 지금 제가 생각하고 있는 고민들이 언제 또 이제 지나갈지는 모르겠지만 항상 그랬듯이 우리 스테이가 응원을 계속 옆에서 해줄 거고 많이 저희와 같이 달려줄 걸 알기 때문에 잘 성장하고 있구나라고 격려해 주세요. 그러면 저는 또 여러분들이 항상 아시던 그 모습에 제가 여러분들 앞에 언젠간 또 서 있을 테니까 파이팅 할게요.
이번 활동도
Kind of off topic, but I just love hearing like Han talk too. I feel like he has such like a just calming voice.
오프라인에서 여러분들을 좀 만날 수 있는 계기가 조금 더 많아졌으면 좋겠고 이 무대를 꼭 여러분들의 눈으로
Listen, I am waiting for them to drop those tour dates, and I will fight for those tickets. Like I'm already waiting, man.
열심히 춤추고 노래하고 있겠습니다. 그러면 우리 컴백 때 봐요. 안녕.
I love this. Like I love how they do like a whole intro and stuff with just like talking about the album, like each song and stuff, but also include like these small little snippet like bits and everything too. Okay, we're getting into the actual like official songs and stuff now. So we're gonna start with Charmer. I do know that the whole of like 3RACHA and stuff worked on this. So I have heard like that small snippet, like instrumental and stuff throughout things, like especially I think they used it in Skiz Code, and then obviously this, and then I feel like I don't remember what stage it was. I was scrolling on Twitter and I think it was the Lollapalooza one. I think that I've seen like a small snippet and stuff of. So I'm just excited to hear this song. And like I said, we'll be watching live performances in a separate video. So I cannot wait for that because I know all of you guys have like been talking about the choreo too. But yeah, we're into this. Like that. Like, I love how already pausing. I'm sorry, I'm gonna preface now. There's gonna be a lot of pausing, like throughout all the songs and everything. But I feel like they do that so well. They mix those higher and lower tones and stuff really nicely. Hey. Okay. I love this tone from Han. Like, more of this open kind of feel and stuff from him is so nice. But then Chan right after, he brings in more of that like breathiness and stuff that just, their tones back and forth. I just love, man. But like how like simple this is. And then like that quiver to his voice is one of my favorite things. Ooh. Like, that is so catchy, I swear to God. It makes sense for like Charmer. Oh my God. Okay. First, I love how Felix just came in, how him and Lino are doing like that, like auto-tune rise and stuff with the O part, but Lino had more of the higher pitch and Felix is doing more of that lower pitch. But I have to say, Changbin and Hyunjin, just like in Freeze, I love their back and forth, like their trade-off together. I feel like they just pair so well. And Changbin doing more of like this whispery kind of rap and everything, I love. It's so good. But like everybody sounds so good on this, man, I swear. And I love how they have like that very consistent like beat and stuff too. But they add more of that like different tone percussion and stuff on top of it. I feel like Hyunjin like plays with his voice a lot during his rap bits. It's so good. Like, he has so much character to him. Felix's voice is just always just like right in my ears. Like that bass, man. Hey. Like that lead up, man, with more of that like flute kind of style, but then you get like the swelling. The open voice from Sungmin too was so good. Even Ian too, both of them. I feel like more usually I like hear them in like a forward voice and stuff where it's a little bit higher, but since they are in more of this like kind of talking deeper tone and stuff from them, I feel like their voice is a lot more open, especially back and forth. It's so good. And that built up. Like, dude, that build up. Ooh, what does that remind me of? Is it feels, I think? And they literally just end it how they beginning and stuff. I love how like faded out this is. Like it's very subdued, and you get like the subdued drums and stuff too, ending like with Felix's voice. Yeah, that song catchy as hell. That instrumental specifically, just even before I heard the song, has been stuck in my head. And now it's just going to be on repeat. I already know. Like, I love the whole progression of this song specifically. Changbin, I love just the different styles and character and stuff that he puts into his rap specifically. Like, more of the softer tone, like whispery and everything from him too. Like, especially when it was before Yeonyeon's part. I love. Like, that especially fit this kind of style so well. And then how Ian and Sungmin had more of that more open voice opposed to more of the forwardness. I feel like just everybody, it just flowed so nicely. And for a song like that about like a charmer and like following the beat and being like entranced by them and everything. And I just love that whole sentiment and everything, how it's more of like, even if we don't try to stand out, like we do. And like, you can't help but like be drawn into the song and stuff too. I love that. Han, I love his voice on here. And especially I love when him and Chan are like back and forth. Their voices pair so nicely together. And Chan has I love when he adds more of that like breathy, like quiver to his voice. He did it a lot in the I Hate to Admit To. And that's where it got me. I love that just style from him. It's so good, man. Especially when you pair it with someone like Han, who has more of that very clear voice. It's just such a good pairing and trade-off. Lino, I love how he had more of that very like talking tone kind of style and everything too during this, and how he had like kind of the similar parts to Felix, and they would like trade off during like the first half of the song and the second half. Felix's voice, right in my ears. I swear to God, like he has such a warmth, just low bass to his voice that is ridiculous, and it has such a calming aspect and stuff to it too. So it can be utilized in so many different ways in different songs, and I feel like they just do it so well. But especially how that's after Venom and Maniac and stuff on the album too. I love how it just transitions from those two songs really nicely. How Venom has more of that very distinct, like darker kind of electronic kind of sound. And then Maniac also has that, but brings in more of a brighter, fun style. And then I feel like Charmer takes more of like Maniac's kind of style, where it's more of that still electronic kind of enchanting vibe, but it still has like a more groovy kind of element and stuff added in. Okay, the next one is Waiting for Us, and this is a subgroup song with Chan, Lino, Sungmin, and Ian. So I'm excited to hear like all their voices together on one song. And this is the one that I heard, I think it was Chan in the Spicy Ramen War. I think that's what the video was. And it was playing in the background, and I loved just the build up or chorus, whichever part that was. It was like the small snippet. So good. So I'm excited to hear like the full kind of feel of this. Okay. You start with acoustic guitar or piano, you already got me. So and how they're just like letting it breathe and everything too. Dude, I love how delicate Chan's voice can get. The breathiness, man. And that like that like drowned out hit right there. Dude, I love just that breathiness and stuff in someone's voice. That mix of like the electric guitar and stuff with that percussion is so good. Nah, dude, that chorus and build up is perfect. Like perfect to me. Oh my god. Like need to go all the way back. Like just this to begin with, it has such a like rock element and stuff too. I feel like this song specifically has such like elements from Lonely Street, and it's not as like full on rock like pop kind of style. It's more on that stripped back kind of rock ballad, but not fully. And it's so good how it incorporates that electric guitar on top of like that drowned out percussion and stuff too. And all of them sound so good, man. I love Lino's voice on this part. It has more of that like conversation kind of style tone. Like that part, the way that Lino just like fluctuates his voice during that last bit and everything to like drag down to where Chan comes in, it's so good. Like this is so good, man. Like with the build up and the pause before Chan too. Like how open his voice is, it's so good because it's such a contrast between how he can go into more of that delicate kind of breathy tone and stuff that I love from him, especially during like I Hate to Admit. I feel like he's showcasing those two sides perfectly to how he did during that too. It's so, how he starts his song is so just like more of that conversation kind of style, and he puts just so much just raw emotion and stuff into his voice, whether it be like that or during like the chorus bit where he has more of that open voice and more like power and stuff behind it. It's so good, man. But the way that Lino, like the way he drags out that in the pause and that percussion is so like full, like forefront. The way that Ian drags out his words and stuff, especially during this, like that is so stable and so good. And how like dragged out and like very melodic that this part is over top of that heavy guitar. Like that rhythm, man, is so good. Like, dude, Lino. And then it cuts out and it's just that like, you get the plucking and stuff with the guitar and everything. It's just, oh, man. Harmonies, yes. And you get that like drowned out percussion and stuff coming back in. Dude, Sungmin's voice, I love how he's doing the part that Chan did. His voice is so open and like clear. But it still has like that underlying like nasally kind of feel that Sungmin has. It's so good, man. Okay. I am gonna listen to this one again because I'm not gonna say it's my favorite on the album, but like you put an instrumental together like this with their voices like that, the build up, this song, the chorus specifically, oh my god, this is like, I don't want to say it's my favorite, but it's one of my favorite songs from them that I've heard at all so far. This is my style to the max. I absolutely love this. Just that has such a just like perfect build up and release and everything of this song. I feel like it has such a good mix of that softer kind of style with like the rock kind of element and everything added in. And it's just such a good mix between that. And I feel like all of their voices shined on here because all of their voices fit more of that like OST kind of vibe, but also can do more of that rock kind of element too. I feel like all of their voices just shine perfectly, and how they would switch parts and everything, the first half of the song and second half too. Just everybody got a chance to just showcase so many different elements of their voice, and it's so good, man. Like Chan, dude, that's my guy. Like I love just, he has so much just emotion behind his voice, and it has such a delicate feeling to it, but he can go into more of that like belty kind of fuller voice and everything too, especially during the chorus bit, but he can pull it back and just like, especially on top of like a stripped back guitar or piano and stuff too, I feel like his voice shines so much. Lino, I love this conversation kind of tone from him. It's so good, especially over like an electric guitar. I feel like his voice just suits that so well. And him, just, he has such a stable voice. Him and Ian, just Sungmin too, just all of them have such just like stability, especially when dragging out like the end of their words and everything. It just flows so well. And Sungmin, I love, especially during that chorus bit, man, his voice, how open it is and like more throaty kind of element and stuff. That's just like my favorite tone from him. And I feel like it just like showcased so much in this. And it's just so good. But then he also had more of the falsetto kind of breathiness, especially during like the O's and like harmonies and stuff too. Ian has such a specific tone that I feel like makes every single song unique and really just adds like that specific mark onto a song. And it's so good, especially when he adds more of that like dragged out element and stuff too, like the rhythm of his words and everything too. It's just so good, man. But I'm gonna listen to this again because I absolutely love this. How this like first comes in without swelling, but you just get that, in the mix of different kind of versions of the guitar and stuff too. You get more of like the regular playing and stuff, but then you get like just the plucking, and then you get like the strumming and stuff in just different parts of the song. I feel like just separates everything so well. And then you add on top of it like that distant, like drowned out percussion and stuff in the back. Everything has like a very distant and like build up feel and everything to it throughout this whole thing, that I feel like it just works so well with all of them.
가까이 다가오는 겨울 끝의 라이트 하루만 더 견뎌본다 너와 나
Like that like natural kind of bass that Lino has like in this kind of register and everything is so good. But then like that, I feel like Chan and Ayan both have like that quiver kind of feeling to their voices, but Ayan's is more like clearer, and then Chan does it a lot more when he's in that like softer kind of voice and everything too, and that's such a good like mix straight off. Dude, the drums, man. And that breathiness, dude, the Sunman. Like, dude, I cannot express how much I love love this. Like, dude, the trade-off, especially between Lino and Chan, like how Lino does that dragged out, like he drops down to where like Chan starts and everything, his part. And then I feel like as Chan's part goes on, he progressively gets more forward with his voice. And it's so good, man. Like this build up and just like release of the chorus and stuff. I feel like it's just, it has such a like comforting feel and everything to it that just mixes that like OST kind of style and everything in this, which is so good, man. Like this is so very like talking conversation kind of style. But then like he goes more into that. And he has more of that like twinginess and stuff to it. I love how forefront the instrumental is too, because it's like overpowering almost. How light like Seungmin's voice is like during this part with just that very like rock heavy kind of instrumental and everything. That's just like, such a good duo. That rhythm is so nice. Like this part with like the plucking and stuff has such like a like lullaby kind of feeling and everything too. Yeah, literally, like this whole song, it feels like you're just like melting, and like it has like such a warmth to it. I cannot, dude, Seungmin's voice right here, like this tone from him is one of my favorites that I've heard from him. I love how Lino's like doing more of Ayan's parts, but it's like more fuller too. And how it just like ends with that too. That's so good, man. Like that is like the perfect explanation of this song. I feel like it's literally just like you're melting from the warmth and everything, and it's literally just like a hug. Like this, I absolutely adore this song, and everybody sounds amazing, man. Okay, we're gonna make the last one, which is Muddy Water, and this is Changbin, Hyunjin, Han, and Felix. And I remember from the intro and stuff, it's had more of like the old school hip hop kind of feel with the piano on top. So I am so interested to see like how each person kind of fits into the song like this. But we're getting right to it. Oh, dude, like this jazzy piano, like perfect. I love it. Like I love jazz, like piano lounge kind of style.
Rain falling on my face and washing off that sweat off.
Ooh.
Making me cleaner than the dirt on my hot top. Suffer from the words you throw at me, but makes me tougher. Energetic youngster like me, let's play in muddy water. Looking back at what you said behind my back doesn't matter, cause I'm a winner, strong believer. 24/7 with the members, scoring goals like a team player. Execute the shadows all around me, call me Demon Slayer.
Okay, first, this, like, it's very, like, older hip-hop. I love it, man. And just that piano so forefront on top of it, too, just works so perfectly. But, like, Felix has such, like, a warmth to his voice that I feel like just can enhance every, like, single song. But the way that he's playing with, like, the rhythm and stuff, and the way that he's, like, phrasing his words and everything, I love the different pauses he's doing in here, and just gives it that, like, extra oomph and everything too. And then Hyunjin, I love how he has more of the mumbly kind of style in this. I love that from him. He has just such a just diverse voice. I feel like that can fit so many different just genres and styles so well. But like, hey.
Feeling so fly, feeling so fly, feeling so fly. This my lifestyle, this my lifestyle. Breathe in, work it, move in, sit down and listen for once.
Oh, I love the back and forth. First, I love the way that Felix is like dragging out like some of the ends of his words and everything too. It just gives it such a like language kind of feeling and stuff too. That just makes you like flow along with the song.
Feeling so fly, feeling so fly. This my lifestyle, this my lifestyle. Breathe in, work it, move in, sit down and listen for once.
And the record scratch and stuff too behind them. The separation of like instruments and stuff there too. Hey. I love the effect on their voices.
This is our flow, just step off the show. This is our flow, just step off the show. 땀을 빠진 껌을 씹어봤자 내 입만 나쁘니까 배쳐 랩 받듯이 삐끗해도 행실은 반드시로 짠 듯이 약줄 풍기는 내게 내가 튀긴 집 패브리지 한참 전에 내린 빗물 고여있지 아직도 나아감을 멈칫하게 만드는 과속방지터 삐꺼 삐꺼 튀겨 노력도 피꺼 이미 내 발바닥은 네 바닥에 딱 붙어있어 삐꺼
It's you. I love just how much character Changbin has to his voice. It's so just like it's so cool. Just every single song, he just really plays with the beat so much and just his voice so much too. And the different kind of styles that he incorporates and everything. He can go more into that like staccato kind of feel too. But then he can also just like have such a playful like vibe to his voice and everything too. Just the way that he emphasizes certain words. It's so good. And the way that he plays with pauses and everything too. It's so nice. Especially like on a beat like this, where it is more of like that freestyle kind of feel. Like even that is so good with those hits. And I feel like Han's tone, like specifically too, fits like more of this like old school kind of feel. Hey. Like more of that like beatboxing kind of feel too. Dude, Hyunjin, like this tone from him, I feel like Hyunjin is one of those people, just he can like just mold his voice to like whatever song it is and just sound so different every single time. He has such a variety and just so much just things to utilize with his voice, and it's so different, man. It's so good. I love it because it just, he has more of that like this like dragged out kind of style and everything that's more like forefront and like nasally, but then he does more of that like mumbly kind of style that's definitely like in a lower talking tone, and then he can do like more of that higher pitched like staccato kind of feel too. Just he has so much just like variety within his voice and just ways that he can really manipulate how he wants his voice to sound, which I feel like is so just like good to have as an artist and just so special. Like when he can do just so many different things, like all rounder, I swear to God. And it just shows on like styles and like songs like this where you can't really play with the beat like that. Like he's doing the same like kind of element that Felix was doing, but like in a different tone, like entirely.
This is our flow, just step off the show.
Dude, I love that like radio effect and stuff that they have on their voices. Yeah, that's why I love when artists and groups and stuff do like subgroup songs with like different members, like different units and everything. Just how much they get to experiment with different genres or styles with like different members' voices and everything, and really just like have everybody shine on a song. I absolutely love that, and how they included like 2 of those songs and stuff in here. But like first, Felix, I just love how much time specifically his voice got to shine on this. It has such a calming aspect to it, but he really went forward into more of that kind of grooviness and everything from his voice, and also just brought out a little bit more of that grittiness and everything that I really like. And the way he was playing with pauses and stuff too, just emphasized that old school kind of feel. Han, I feel like Han's like just tone in general fits this kind of style so well. More of that just very like street kind of style hip hop, like with a lot of that like beatboxing kind of like element, especially because he can go into more of that really fast paced rapping, but also just the way that he has like more of that slight twinginess and stuff at the end of his words a lot of the time. I feel like it just works so well with an instrumental like this. Hyunjin impresses me every single time, like especially lately. I just feel like he is such a diverse person and just really can emphasize his voice in any song in so many different ways and styles. And it just really speaks to how he can morph into every single song. And that's so impressive to me. And it's just so cool because you really don't know what to expect and everything when you hear him on a song until he comes on. And that is something I just love. Changbin, I just love how much character and just emphasis in everything that he has specifically in his raps. It has such a unique just attitude to it. And I feel like it just really shines on something like this where he can really play with that beat and have it more of that kind of freestyle kind of element and everything too. And it's just so good because he really plays with the way that he writes specifically. I feel like he knows how he wants to come across on a song and can really just portray that so well in this. But dude, this whole album, I feel like I loved every single song. Like this whole album has such a diverse feel, but such a good like through line. And I feel like that underlying just electronic feel is in every single song, just in different kind of aspects and ways through different instruments and everything. Like you get Venom and Maniac, which start the album, which are very heavy, like electronic kind of styles. But you get Venom that has more of a darker kind of creepy, unsettling kind of feeling. And then it leans into Maniac, which has those elements, but it brings in a little bit more of that fun kind of pop vibe with more of like a, I don't want to say mainstream, but like more of that kind of element added in, which understandably, that's why the title track is that. And then you get Charmer that has like more of the elements that Maniac has, but brings in more of like a grooviness and stuff to it, and very just enchanting, like hypnotic kind of feel that really just gets caught in your head. It's very catchy. I will have that on repeat. I already know that instrumental has been stuck into my head since before I even heard the song. Just that small little snippet and everything of the instrumental is so catchy and I love it. I cannot wait to watch a choreo for that specifically. And then you get Freeze, which is definitely more of like a Venom kind of style, but it has a lot more of that dubstep kind of feel in it, which gives it such a like emptier but very overpowering instrumental and everything. But then you get something like Waiting for Us and Lonely Street that have those underlying electronic kind of like elements with the electric guitar, but then also add just like a lightness onto it too with the acoustic guitar and that very like rock element. But I feel like Lonely Street does more of that like pop, like heavy rock kind of feel. And then Waiting for Us does more of that rock ballad kind of feel. And they really just explore a genre and get to try out different elements in each song. And then something like Muddy Water, I feel like has such a hip hop feel to it too, but still adds that lightness with the piano. And that's one of my favorite things so far from Stray Kids. They do such a good job at blending that very heavy, like especially like electronic kind of feel that gives each song its own unique feel, but also they add such a lightness to it too. And their vocals on top of it, like everybody just flows so nicely and it's like placed so well, like where they are. And it's so nice, man. They know how to connect everybody's voices so well and really just make a song flow so nicely no matter what kind of style it is. And I just love this album. Like it makes me so excited to check out more B-sides and just see the different kind of sounds that they play around with. And everybody's voices too, just everybody mixes so well and in different ways. And the subgroup songs specifically and solo stuff, I can't wait to see just like what everybody brings continually and everything throughout. And there is so much discography, man. Like I was scrolling through all of their stuff. There are so many songs and so many albums. So I will be getting to everything slowly. And I am just so excited to just get to more stuff. So I hope you guys are enjoying them over here. And I've been recording forever. So if you are still here, thank you. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this with me and listening and everything. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.